Hey guys, so today I want to talk about a new streaming amplifier that I just got. So this is the Cyrus ONE Cast amplifier, and it's made by Cyrus Audio. Cyrus Audio is like a small British company. They're like privately owned, and they've been making products since the 80s. I would say that they're not like too well known except to audiophiles who are interested in high-end amplifiers. So yeah, I wasn't really in the market for a streaming amplifier because I had my Yamaha WXA-50 already, but then I saw this one at a heavy discount. So this originally retailed for $2,000 US, and I saw it at a deep discount at $600 US. So I was like, wow, this is a pretty good deal. And I don't think there was anything wrong with the amplifier or anything. It's just, yeah, that's what it went for. And yeah, I decided to get it to try it out. I also want to do a comparison between this one and my current Yamaha WXA-50, which is a much cheaper amplifier, to see what the differences are. So yeah, first I'm going to talk about the specs of this amplifier. So the Cyrus ONE Cast, this is a streaming amplifier, which means that first of all, it'll power speakers, and then secondly, it'll accept any input, like digital input and wired, and also if you're using Chromecast or AirPlay, Bluetooth obviously, things like that, then I'll play it through this amplifier. So just give you guys the specs of this. So yes, it is Google Assistant enabled, Amazon Alexa enabled, Apple AirPlay 2, Chromecast, Bluetooth. Actually it doesn't say which generation of Bluetooth, but yeah, I would think at least 5.0. This came out originally in 2019, I think, this model. It has a built-in ESS Saber DAC. I'm not sure which model, again, it doesn't say. Has HDMI ARC, which is good. HDR ARC means that you can connect it to your TV. So when you turn on your TV, this is going to turn on automatically. You turn off your TV, this is going to turn off automatically. So it's a good connection if you're using it with your TV. And it's got 4 digital inputs, USB, so you can hook it up to your computer, optical, and 2-link coaxial SPDIF. So yeah, good amount of digital inputs. Built-in moving magnet phono stage. And not sure how good that is, but I think it should be pretty good because Cyrus Audio is known for their amplifiers and phono stages and everything too. It's got a hybrid Class D amplifier, and it outputs 100 watts per channel into 2 channels. So yeah, stereo amplifier, 100 watts per channel, and it's got a Class AB headphone amp, so it should have a pretty good headphone amp that's built in as well. So yeah, anyways, if this product is as good as it claims, if it does all those things well, then it has a chance to replace my Yamaha WXA-50 as well as my current moving magnet phono stage and headphone amp, which is the X-Duo MP01. But we'll see. If it's good enough, it might just replace those 2 things. So let's get down to the unboxing. It was a pretty big looking box, but actually the product itself I don't think is as big looking as the box would imply. So okay, here's what you get inside the box here. Okay, obviously you got to have the power cable, right? And then you have the remote control and the manual. Okay. Yeah, so you have the Cyrus ONE getting started. So I believe this doesn't use any kind of proprietary streaming app. Like I know Marantz and Denon, they use HEOS. And then Klipsch, I think, uses DTS Play-Fi. Yamaha uses MusicCast. And then some other ones like the Blue Sound and NAD, they use Blue OS. So they have their own proprietary, and Sonos obviously has their own app too. But I don't think this one, because Cyrus Audio is mainly a British amplifier maker, so they're not really they don't really design apps and stuff. So I think they just made it work with Chromecast, which is fine, right? They just offload it to Google's Chromecast instead, so they don't have a proprietary app. But yeah, this is basically just showing all the different input sources here. You can connect it to. I like these diagrams because they're pretty big and it's easy to see what's going on. It's no word salad going on here, right? It's easy managed to understand, right? Just a lot of diagrams and pictures about, oh, you can connect it to CD player, laptop, TV, turntable, receiver. Then the other end, yeah, you hook it up to your passive speakers, and yeah, And then it shows you pretty easy to use it with casting, because actually I have Google Home. I have a Google Nest Hub Max right there actually, so I can use it with that. So anyways, it works with my ecosystem because I already have a few Google Home products already. So it's another thing I liked about the Cyrus ONE Cast. Okay, let's take a look at the remote. Comes with 2 AAA batteries as well. Okay, and this is what the Cyrus remote looks like. Yeah, it's a pretty like basic, cheap looking remote. It's just got the 1 power button, volume up, volume down, OK, mute, Bluetooth pairing, left and right. I guess previous play, previous and next tracks, left and right. What does left and right do? Not sure what L and R do. AV is an AV input selection, I think, and the contrast or brightness. Okay, there's a brightness button right here. Interesting. It's interesting having a dedicated button on a remote just for controlling the brightness. Okay, but yeah, pretty basic, simplistic remote here. And yeah, included AAA batteries. That's pretty much it here. Quick start guide and the power cord here. Okay. Then what else would be here? Okay, so you get a safety guide, I guess. Precaution, you know, don't use it while you're near water, etc. It's common sense actually. Okay, and okay, so it tells you to you should do like a firmware cast update. Yeah, firmware update first. So yeah, once you connect it to the internet, do a firmware update. I mean, I do this with all my devices, right? Just before you do anything, just update it to the latest firmware. Better music experience, Cyrus Audio. So this is their product catalog, I'm guessing. This is the first time I bought anything from Cyrus Audio. Like I said, they're not like a big name audio brand, so like most people, I would say like the vast majority of people would not have heard of this brand, right? Only like dedicated audiophiles into amplifier equipment would have heard of Cyrus Audio. So yeah, so they're talking about amplifier designs. They've been doing it since the 1980s. Yeah, but they're still small, privately owned, I believe. Unlike some other brands like Archem, for instance. Actually, I believe Cyrus is also based in Cambridgeshire. So there's a lot of audio companies that actually started in Cambridge, England. You got Cambridge Audio, you got Archem, and you got Cyrus Audio. I think they're all in the same area. Cambridge, England, because they're, you know, University of Cambridge, so you got some smart people there. All right. And it's talking about their CD players and stuff. They're pretty well known for their CD players as well, actually. Their CD players and their amps, of course, and also their DACs, known for their DACs too. Of course, I don't know, I've never owned any of these products, but they look pretty cool. Power supply design, manufacturer and service. So I'll show you guys some cool little pictures there. All right, a lot of British hi-fi audio brands out there. It's actually crazy how many hi-fi audio brands, amplifiers, and speaker makers that the UK has. All right, this is actually, it's actually not like that big dimension-wise, but it's heavy. Wow. I wonder like what kind of stuff they put in here. There's got to be at least a Torrillo transformer inside this thing, I think. Okay. Okay. Whoa. This is a heavy piece of kit. Okay, let's get this off to the side here. Okay. So this is the Cyrus Audio ONE Cast. Actually, the Cyrus Audio One, I believe, was their very first product or amplifier back in 1984. But yeah, this is all obviously updated for the new age. Came out in 2019. I can't say that this is a very new product because it actually got discontinued last year in 2023. But yeah, it came out in 2019, I believe. Wonder why they discontinued it. I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, let's take a look at this product. First of all, it's pretty heavy. This thing weighs like, yeah, this thing weighs like close 15, 16 pounds-ish. It's pretty heavy. And it's top heavy, like most of the weight is on this side, I believe. I think it's probably a Torrillo transformer here on this side. Now, it's not like quite as big as some of the integrated amplifiers, like my Rotel A12 or even the RE1572 from Rotel that I had before. That was huge, right? It was massive. So this is not quite as big as that. It's not actually as big as most integrated amplifiers, but it is just as heavy. So yeah, dimension-wise, might not be as big, but certainly still got the weight to it. Alright, I think it's better I show you like this. So this is the front of the Cyrus ONE Cast, and oh man, there's a little bit of glare. I mean, this is a glossy panel, so I'm not sure how easy it is to see the different icons. But yeah, there's a few different icons here on the left. Rotator knob. You have Chromecast, Bluetooth, TV, USB 5 and 6, which I guess are aux inputs. Then you have, I think this one is phono stage. It looks like kind of a turntable input, and then AV. So those are the different inputs there. And then this is the right knob is for volume. And that's pretty much it. Keeps it simple. I find like this is the case with a lot of Western companies. They like to keep the interface simple. Just two big knobs on the front. That's pretty much it. I think this is yeah, this might be just the remote control infrared receiver. And is this the on button? The power button is just this big rectangle thing. I wonder if that's it. Yeah, it's this big rectangle thing. I'm sure, I don't know. Is that the power button here? That's a weird design for a power button then. And you have the headphone jack right here, which is a 6.3mm headphone jack. So a 1/4 inch. So if you have a 3.5mm, you're going to need an adapter. But that's the case for a lot of headphone amplifiers that are, you know, desktop amplifiers. This is obviously going to live at home. So yeah, basically just like other desktop headphone amplifiers, you have the 6.3mm jack, but that should be fine. You just have it down there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the front side. See, this is a long board. It's pretty long. You can take a look at the back of it. Okay, the back is where the party's at. Alright, so you got the Wi-Fi antennas. You got two of those right there. HDMI ARC to connect to your TV. USB-B. Actually, yeah, this is going to be the connection to your computer. You have using the ESS Sabre DAC, so it should be pretty decent DAC. Yeah, connected to a computer. You got a coaxial input here, I believe, digital coaxial, and then you have an optical input as well. So those are your digital inputs up here. You have the speaker connections right here, 100 watts per channel, pretty good. Actually, I think my Yamaha WXA-50 is like, what, 80 watts, something like that. So this is a little bit higher power than the Yamaha is. You got two for the preamp out. So I guess if you just want to use the DAC, and then yeah, if you want just to use a DAC here, then yeah, if you want to use this as a preamp actually, then you can just hook this up to separately to a power amp. AV left and right. So this is going to be your aux input, your analog aux input here, and then you have your moving magnet phono stage here, left and right with the ground. So yeah, made in China, even though this thing's like 2,000 bucks, still made in China at this price. Yeah, it makes you wonder, right, with these expensive products, like if you're going 2,000 bucks US and you're still made in China, you know, how much of it is really like profit are you making off of that? Anyways, pretty heavy amplifier. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is yeah, I'm gonna set this up. And I think I can hook it up with my Google Home system. So I'm going to test out some Chromecast features. And then I'm going to hook it up to my speakers. I think I'll use my ELAC Carinas since I got them recently. And then I'll compare this with the Yamaha WXA-50 that I have. And we'll see, you know, the differences. So just for comparison, I do have my WXA-50 here. This is my WXA-50, quite a bit smaller and quite a bit lighter. It's also a streaming amplifier. Doesn't output quite as much volume. This one is just yeah, it's like 70-80 watts I think per channel. This is 100 watts per channel, but it has MusicCast, so it has its own proprietary app that you can use to stream over Wi-Fi, where Cyrus Audio just uses Chromecast. Has mostly the same inputs, I would say. It doesn't have the moving magnet phono stage or the HDMI ARC. But oh, it has a subwoofer out as well. Okay, so I think I might have to use if I want to connect a subwoofer, then I think I have to use the two pre-outs from the Cyrus to connect to the subwoofer, because it doesn't technically have a subwoofer output, but the Yamaha does. Yeah, so Otherwise, I think it's a bit similar. Of course, the Cyrus does have a few more inputs compared to the Yamaha. It doesn't have Ethernet, interestingly enough. The Yamaha has Ethernet, the Cyrus doesn't. But yeah, I'm going to compare these two. The Cyrus is a lot more expensive. The WXA-50 retails for $600 US, and the Cyrus retails for $2,000. So quite a big difference in price here. Also a big difference in size, as you guys can see. So I'm hoping that the Cyrus should be better, should sound better, have more power. I mean, that's what we would expect. So anyways, stay tuned guys. I'm going to set up the Cyrus ONE Cast, and then we'll take a look at the comparison. Hey guys, I got some bad news. So I was really looking forward to getting the Chromecast and the Google Home integration working, but unfortunately it seems like I cannot get it working. So basically I tried to add it to my Google Home, and it will go through the setup process, and then I did an update, and then it will always fail the update. I'm not sure why. I just waited around for like 10 minutes and it'll just say, oh, we couldn't complete the update. I tried to do it many times, didn't work. Still try to add it to my list of Google Home devices here, but I can't seem to get it working. Like I tried to cast to it and everything, it just doesn't work. It doesn't show up in my list of casting devices. So like say here, right? So here's my list of different devices, right, that I can cast to. It doesn't show up. I'm not sure why. I connected it to the Wi-Fi, but it says it's offline. I'm not sure what's going on. Right now it's green, right? And I did connect it to my Wi-Fi and put the password and everything, and it says it's offline, and it's on. I mean, it's got the green light on. I tried removing it. I tried re-adding it. Nothing works. It just doesn't cast to it. It says offline right now, so I can say, oh, start recording casting. Let's try that, casting my audio, but that doesn't work either. And I don't know why it always says it's offline, because, I mean, clearly I connected it to the Wi-Fi network already, so I don't know why is it offline. I tried rebooting it, so this is, gotta press the little power button down here, reboot it, see, roll it up to the Chromecast. Yep, doesn't change anything, still says it's offline. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. So I can't cast to it. It doesn't show up in my list of devices to cast to. It says it's offline here. And even when it did say online, I think when I first added it, it said it was online, but still didn't make a difference. And if I asked my Google Assistant to play something on it, yeah, so anyways, even when it was connected and I asked Google to play music on the Cyrus One, it just didn't do anything. So yeah, right now I can't even try to do it because it's offline for some reason. But yeah, even when it was online, like after I first connected it, it was online for a bit, and then I asked Google Assistant to do it, it still didn't play any music on it. So I still couldn't cast to it. So it doesn't seem to matter if it's online or offline, I still couldn't get it working. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this. Unfortunately, I can't get Google Home integration or Chromecast working, which is a major selling point of this device because it's a streaming device, right? It's a streaming amplifier. It's supposed to work like with streaming. So if I can't get Chromecast and Google Home integration working, then what's really the point of this device, right? I mean, it's just, okay, I can connect wired sources to it. Maybe I can do Bluetooth, but I mean, then it's like, it's not really a streaming amplifier anymore. It's just an amplifier. So anyways, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to test it with the wired inputs then. Because, yeah, streaming is hard to set up on this device. I don't know why. I tried turning it off, turning it on, removing it from my Google Home, re-adding it to my Google Home. Nothing works. It either gets stuck on the updating part, and then it fails after that, and then it just, yeah, it doesn't work after that, or eventually just goes offline again, and it shows up like this. So yeah, and now actually, even if I remove it from this list here and re-add it, it's just going to still be offline, no matter what. If I add a new device to set up, it won't find it to set up. So yeah, so basically what happens is if I try to remove the device from the Google Home, it'll just show up here as local devices, and then I re-add it and it re-adds it and it's offline again. I don't know how to get it online. If I try to add a new device here, it won't find it. So yeah, I don't know what to do with this. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, is there a reset thing? I had to completely reset it, but then it'll just go through the updating and fail again. Like, I just can't get it working. So unfortunately, yeah, that's a major selling point of this amplifier, and I can't get it working. But being able to integrate with Google Home and using Chromecast is basically the feature I was looking forward to the most with this amplifier, since that's not really something I can do with my Yamaha amplifier. But if this can't do it, then yeah, I guess the only advantage over the Yamaha would be then just the sound quality. So yeah, after this, in the moving magnets phono stage, by me, I already have an external phono stage. So we'll check out the wired sources, I guess. We'll just compare. Really then, if this thing can't do Chromecast or Google Home integration, then I guess we'll just have to stick to using wired sources. So maybe, yeah. Actually, another thing this thing has that the Yamaha doesn't is the USB input. So I don't think my Yamaha has a USB input either. So this one actually can connect to the computer. My Yamaha can't. But yeah, I'll try using actually the aux-in probably. Yeah, aux-in will probably be the best choice, since I'm trying to find an input that both the Yamaha and the Cyrus One has, so I can do a more direct comparison with the same input source. So anyways, stay tuned guys. Unfortunately, I can't get the Chromecast Google Home integration working, which was a major selling point of the ONE Cast. So I'll just have to test out the sound quality with the wired inputs, so stay tuned. Alright, so like I said, unfortunately I can't get the Chromecast working on the Cyrus One. So what I have to do for the sound comparison test is I'm going to use the aux-in input, which is called the AV input on the Cyrus One. I have it hooked up to the line out input of my Hy-Vee RS6 DAP. And yeah, I'm just going to play the same songs, compare it to the Yamaha WXA-50, which is my current streaming amplifier. And yeah, we'll see the sound differences between the two. I expect the Cyrus One is going to be a bit louder naturally because it has more power, so I'm going to try to match the volume levels as well. So yeah, you're playing the same songs one after each other, comparing the Cyrus One with the Yamaha WXA-50. And again, keep in mind the Cyrus One obviously looks a lot larger, it's bulkier, and it's more expensive, and has a bit more power as well. I'll try to match up the volume levels here. So we're just trying to compare strictly the sound quality. So yeah, this is the Yamaha WXA-50. You guys can see it's a lot smaller, a lot lighter than the Cyrus One. I would say inputs wise, the Yamaha has most of them, but it's definitely missing some compared to the Cyrus One. It does have an Ethernet input actually that the Cyrus One doesn't have, but the Cyrus One has HDMI ARC, it has USB, it has digital coaxial, and a moving magnet phono stage. Yamaha doesn't have that, and the Yamaha doesn't have a headphone amplifier either, so no headphone output. Oh yeah, so there's actually a few more inputs that the Yamaha has that the Cyrus doesn't. So these trigger inputs, the Cyrus doesn't have that. We already talked about the Ethernet. This USB, I think it's charging or something like that. The Cyrus doesn't have that either. And the subwoofer output, the Cyrus doesn't have that either. The Cyrus does have pre-outs, but there's no dedicated subwoofer out. So yeah, there's a few more differences there. Those are the major differences. They're both built really well. The Cyrus has a little bit more power on tap, but yeah, that's the main differences I would say. So anyways, I'm gonna play the same songs on each, try to match the volume level, and we're just gonna compare the sound quality differences. So yeah, let's see. Stay tuned and let me know which one you guys prefer. And originally the Cyrus One does cost a lot more than the Yamaha. Let me know if it's worth the price difference between the two as well.